I made a video like this last month called The Games That I'm Playing in January, and people actually subscribed for that video, which I wasn't expecting. So here I am in February making another version of that video. This time I'm going to talk about the games that I'm playing in February. And if you're new to this channel, if this is the first video of mine that you're watching, I talk about video games frequently. Mainly I talk about survival horror video games. I made multiple Dead Space remake videos. I made some Callisto Protocol videos, and survival horror in general is what I mainly talk about on this page. Every now and then I talk about games that aren't survival horror, like Hogwarts Legacy. I made a review on that you should check out. I'm not a Harry Potter fan. I don't really care about that universe, but that game sucked me in a lot, and I'm having a lot of fun playing it. And I decided to start this series to talk about just other games that I'm playing that aren't survival horror video games. So with that being said, these are the games that I'm playing in February. These are the games that I'm occupying my time with. And the first game is a horror game, Dead by Daylight. I absolutely love Dead by Daylight. It's one of my favorite, if not my favorite, multiplayer game of all time. It's one of the games that I put the most time into. It's one of the very few games that I return to every couple months. They're always updating it. They're always adding new features. They're always adding new survivors and killers and maps, and I just love playing this game so much. But I haven't played it in a few months, but this month of February, I got back into it, and I've just been addicted. Like I always am whenever I start playing it again. I'm honestly considering making more Dead by Daylight videos for this channel. For example, I'm thinking about making a Is Dead by Daylight Worth Playing in 2023 video. And I know those videos exist, and those videos are really, really good, but they're from channels that focus entirely on Dead by Daylight and go into like the meta and the fine details and the updates and changes and very specific things like that. I'm thinking about making that video, but from more of a casual player's perspective, like just pure fun factor and entertainment. The main single player game that I've been playing this month is the latest review that I did, and that's Hogwarts Legacy. Once again, you should check that video out if you're at all interested in that game, but I made that review after only playing it for 10 hours, and I'm a lot farther in, and I've been playing it for a lot longer, and I'm still hooked, and I'm still addicted to it. Now, granted, the game does start to show some of its flaws. The deeper you get into it, the more hours that you put into it. I'm still having an amazing time with it. I already think it's probably going to be one of the main Game of the Year contenders. Obviously, it has its flaws, but so does every other huge RPG. The Witcher 3 is my favorite game of all time, and that game was buggy as hell for the first, 6 months that it came out. Another game that I just started last night is Wolfenstein: The New Order. This is the game that I've been playing when I want to take a break from Hogwarts Legacy. I've always been interested in this game. I always heard that the Wolfenstein series were some of the best first-person shooters in, the last decade. And it's been a while since I really played a first-person shooter that was single-player focused and not a multiplayer game. And this game, along with Wolfenstein 2, has been sitting on my shelf for a long time, just waiting for me to pop it in, and that's finally what I did last night. And I played through the first level, the first chunk of the game, and I'm having a pretty good time. I can see this game getting amazing the further I get in, but just based on the first hour and a half that I played it, I'm liking it. I think it's pretty good. So that's it for the games that I am actively playing in February, but there's a couple more games that I want to talk about that I'll probably play in the second half of this month. The first being Atomic Heart. It comes out at the very end of February, so I guess it might not count for this video. I'll probably include it in the games I'm playing in March video. But honestly, I'm not even sure if I'm gonna get it on launch day. This might be a game that I pass on for now, but then buy when there's a lull of no other games to play. I've watched the gameplay trailers, I've watched the cinematic trailers, and this game just looks so fun. It honestly looks a lot like Wolfenstein. It's like an alternate history with mechs and robots and futuristic weapons mixed with past stuff. But the gameplay that I've seen from the trailers looks incredibly punchy, incredibly flashy, and incredibly unique. And I definitely want to get around to playing it. I'd say there's probably a 50-50 chance that I'll buy it on launch, but I still wanted to include it in this video. The last game that I want to include is a game that I'm probably going to buy today, actually. I have a gift card for my local gaming store, and my Nintendo Switch has kind of been sitting there for the last month not being used. And I've never really been into isometric games, but I saw a gameplay and I saw trailers for this game called Death's Door. And aesthetically, the art design, narratively, this looks like it could be the game to get me into this subgenre of games. And honestly, I'm probably going to go pick that game up today, and I'll probably include it in my games I'm playing in March video, but I'm talking about it now because I'll probably play it for the second half of February as well. Anyway, that's it for the games that I'm playing in February. If you're a gamer, what games have you been playing? Let me know in the comments because I want to know. I need new gaming recommendations. And also, consider subscribing if you haven't already. I talk about video games, obviously, but I also do trailer reactions, TV show discussions, movie discussions, that sort of thing. Thank you for watching, especially if you watch this far.